I don't know why I'm showing you my polluted outputs. Hopefully slightly less polluted since our upgrades during the last session. But here we are. Let's check out how the long stretch is doing. We were able to curve that around a bit. Just a bit. Last time as well. So somewhere, probably just about here, we'll have another little stretch of collector road. It might even be a good spot for another roundabout. And then that will serve as both the designation for our bridge to get across here and as a path up into the hills. So we'll end it probably not much further than this ore ends here. And start to build local roads, hopefully. Smaller roads up into the hills a little. Not sure how that's going to go exactly. Things tend to be a little steeper than they look when it comes to roads, but we'll figure it out. In the meantime, we're still slowly regrowing from our friction burn incident. I'm not sure what happened exactly. Let's hope that our new small fire station here in the lumber area will help with that issue. Alright, back into the game mode. We're still going positive, however, with that hastily acquired loan I grabbed for these recycling centers last time. It's less than we should be making, and I also really don't think I need 2 recycling centers now. I really would rather have the money elsewhere. But we've already placed it, so we're gonna go with it. Filled with regrets, we'll just make the best of it. I would really like to do something with this road, because this is just too close to the roundabout, and it's causing everyone to slow down, which is therefore slowing down the roundabout. However, again, I just put this recycling center in at about the only spot available for roadage. So I'm not sure where to take it across exactly. And I don't really want it to just be a, dead-end street. So I'm not sure how to fix this road problem exactly. I wish that there was enough space to take one right behind the recycling center there. But I don't think there is. We could, of course, limit this down to a 3-wide industrial zone. We may have to go ahead, because that's going to continue to be a problem. Let's see if that smooths it out a bit. Also, a huge problem is having all of our garbage truck generation in this one zone. That's just creating such a traffic jam pretty much every time. So another something to consider. It does look like the rest of the trees are effectively growing back. They should get greener and greener as well. These ones by the landfill site, however, are going to continue to die. This is 43% full. And, maybe I can empty it now. It could be that these just weren't up and running still. I didn't wait long enough. Let's see if it finally works. That may be the solution to our problems. So this will no longer be filling up. I'm hoping it will empty to the recycling centers, which, since there are 2 of them, should be able to handle the extra, both everyone's current trash and their own. But we'll see if we start to have any trash problems. I know recycling centers just kind of said they lessen garbage accumulation, but I don't know if they can fully handle picking up all the garbage. So if we start to see garbage icons, we'll know to turn the landfill back on, but for the moment, I would love to empty it out and stop polluting our lumber zone. That would be great. Nice little park district coming in. A couple of houses have taken us up on our park lots. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely to live there? All by your lonesome, effectively. I love the style of this house, too. classic little garage under the stairs. Is that a cellar door there, or is it an ice machine? I have no idea. I'm sure it's a cellar door, which is always just fun to say. Alright. I'm not sure exactly where we should start expanding next. We can keep filling out this park district with more houses. But we've taken most of the good slots at the moment. I would really like to get some stuff like a public library and a high school. A high school might not be a bad way to spend some more of this loan money, but it would really just be better to have our own money for that. Very indecisive this morning, pardon me. Nice to catch up with the city a bit first. These are definitely still some loud zones. Let's see if it's grown any. I think it's probably gonna hold steady there. So we shouldn't have any issues. I would say even if we build houses out to the edge, they're probably not gonna complain. However, the land value nearer the noise will be less. Maybe we can put in some trees or something right here. I think that actually does lessen noise a bit. So we could certainly try that. I kind of want to adjust that fire station so that we could bring the pedestrian path even further back here. But at this point, it's really just not that much city that will have access to it, so it's not really necessary. I still don't know why they're saying they need workers here. Maybe the lumber industry can just employ more people, so it's like this is the same amount of businesses or whatever as was here last time, but it seems like there are more jobs, I guess, or more workers required. So I guess we just need to keep filling out some more residential to try to fill that in. It's been crying out for quite a while. We should have a couple more coming in, but I should just continue this trend. I think we can go ahead and do this side. I wanted to leave that corner, but then let's go here. And leave a little bit there, a little extra even. See where that gets us. Speeding it up a little. He says, while actively pausing it. Make sure we've got enough power here. Ah, good. That's finally connected in both locations. We don't need this. So we'll see if these need workers start to go away as there are just more people available, as more people move in. If not, it must be an issue of education somehow. It does look like they're fleeing rapidly. Good, good. Man, that is just so much industrial traffic. You can see it's working exactly as intended, though. All that industrial traffic just filters itself to the left. And everyone else who wants to go home or shop can just get off. Get off the roundabout and enjoy your day. Alright, so that seems to have resolved our job issues. I'm not seeing any garbage accumulation yet either. That can take a while, so I won't get ahead of myself and celebrate prematurely. However, I think we're in pretty good shape there. Let's check this barrier again. I think we can go ahead and take advantage of this slice of houses. But I'm going to leave space across from the park just in case we want to put a library in. Alright, these are individual lots at this point, so let's go here. And bit of a shame to have a house so close to the path, but I would like to see what the landscaping turns out like. So that's a waste of $20 worth of trees. Sorry, trees. We'll see if somebody takes us up on that. This one I think we were saving, yeah. Let me clean this up. Just a bit. I wish there were some smaller park options, like a little playground that could fit on this corner would be very nice, but I think most of them are sort of designed to take a lot of space from you intentionally. You need to sacrifice some space to put in a nice, fun entertainment item. This is all really broken up, but I bet they could fit in some small houses here, so I'm going to try some of them. Because we already have a little neighborhood shop, so I shouldn't need those spots for that. And let's see if they can take advantage of that too. Sure. They certainly can. Cute little 2-square house coming at you. Oh, it's adorable. Okay, I don't know how that lines up size-wise with the rest of these houses, but I'll happily take it. So that should pretty much take care of their whole residential need for now. Let's check how our electricity is doing as people move in. Now that we finally have our grid fully connected, it's not so confusing. During the last couple of sessions, I kept wondering, why is it in the green and yet we're losing power? It's because it's showing your whole electricity availability even though the grids were not connected. And so this grid over here was well into the yellow, having brownouts, while this one was showing us that, oh, you still have green electricity availability. So now that it's all one thing, that will stop being so confusing. But it was just one of those things that I could not remember. I guess we can keep putting in a little more commercials since there's a need for it now. We'll continue our plight eastward. Leave some nice big spaces out here, but hopefully not so much so that the grid won't match up. That might have been too much there. And let me just get back to selection. I just want to be very careful with these, so that there's lots of opportunities to make use of this property here, since there's a little more room away from the road. I want to fully fill it up with noise, say. Let's do a smaller lot. And there. See if this works. Extend our water pipes for it. Oh, I also should have been more careful about where I want this. It's probably the only one that actually built. Hilariously, this is probably exactly where I want that roundabout we were talking about. Maybe more like here where the windmill is, so we have room to curve. So yeah, that shop might be safe. However, let's take this one out. And before I get the roundabout built, I don't know, maybe it'll be fine. It's going to be tricky, but we'll get there. Alright, perfect. That became part of the windmill's power grid, so I will not have to connect it yet. Hoping they'll take me up on another one of these. And that one might connect them all, or I may have to do just a little jump there, but... Oh, so sorry. Yikes. Knocked my headset. My apologies. So I want this, roundabout here, likely. I don't know how to do this while it's running, so I'm just gonna pause. I think I'm gonna mess them both up, actually. I should have just done this before putting anything in. And I also I don't want to run right into the boundary here either, is another problem, so I might need to back it up to right about that poor building I was saying would be spared. I'm gonna get rid of that, regrettably. Let me just de-zone these for now. Sorry. Should have done this ahead of time. That was silly. I guess we'll just go for it. They should go away eventually. Okay, so we want to do basically the same thing we did up at the first spider intersection there. I guess it can also be 6-lane, since that seems to be working out well for us. Do I want to bring it back even further? Because I can kind of curve. If I put it, say, here, I can curve it up and around. I'm not sure where it would look the best while giving us enough room on the other riverfront. That's my only issue. Let's do that. There, finally. Okay. We'll try to meet back up with that one. I'm going to get rid of these power lines. And now we should be ready. Go a bit further out so we have more room. One more. There we go. Try to make this one slightly larger. If it will let me on this side, closest to the 4-lane. Oh, thumbstick. Oh, it's so close. I think it's going to be rude. Hold on. Alright. Now we want the curved tool. Upgrade this to 6-lane one-way. Currently going the wrong way, but that's alright. Hey guys, bad news. Get your paint out. Okay. Actually have one equipped. Alright. There, now it's going the right direction. Let's meet this back up. Actually, we can probably start it from here. And I want to take that a little bit further back. better angle. Well, it'll give these guys a better angle. It'll give them a much worse angle. I don't know if that's worth it at all, but they'll figure it out. We mostly want to keep it moving that way. Alright. Similar story over here. Let's try to curve it just a touch. Doesn't really like that. Okay. That's fine. There. Again, that's quite strange. I don't know why I think that will be a better angle when it's a very harsh angle for the poor folks who want to turn right. From this direction. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. We'll see how this behaves here. Let me reconnect the power and we can see if we can find a car going on it. My apologies again to those commercial buildings. I'm sorry. Okay, let's just see if someone comes around here. Oh, hello all. So nice to see you there in the chat. My apologies, I've been distracted. Road building. Ah, I see we have intersections. No thank you. Oh, goodness, no thank you, intersections. Alright, so if you want to turn this way, it's really bad. I mean, you're going to lose stuff out of the back of pickup trucks. Kids are going to be screaming. It's not a good angle at all. I think I would be better served just to straighten it out, so that both turns will be happy. My apologies. It's been so long since I've constructed something like this. Get rid of the curve. We'll just have it straight, so that everyone can get where they need to go. Alright, I guess this one was already curved, so it might need just a little to straighten it. Just a little. Oh, yeah. A little more than that. But not that much. There's a sweet spot in there somewhere that I keep going right past. Alright. It's not quite right, but it is good enough. Everyone has about the same curve. Let's check if it put in more intersections. As it always does. Thank you. Alright, and then finally we need one to take us up here. Let's see. I want to give it just the slightest curve if possible. Little awkward, but I think it will work just fine for the traffic. And that's about as much money as I can afford to spend on roads for now. That's, in fact, more money than I can afford to spend on roads. I need to pay that $60,000 loan back so that we are back in high profits mode. But that should get the people where they need to go for now. Let me just check. I forget how expensive terraforming actually is here. If I was to smooth the terrain out, I think it would be soften. And it's not too dreadful. Just gonna try to seal that up a bit. Less of a rocky tear and more of just a dirty hill. That's fine. Alright. Uh-oh, we're having a fire down here. It is quite a ways from the fire station at this point. In fact, I'm not sure if either of them can even make it all the way down there. That's going to be a problem. I guess a fire station isn't too dreadfully expensive if we need to throw one in. We'll be, back at 12,000 soon. So let's see here. I don't want the trucks to spawn directly onto the collector road. I could probably make a little local section here before it starts to slope behind the buildable grid. However, I'm not sure if I should just put it like here, say. That's just hearsay. So this would be off. The collector road would have access both north and down to there. That might not be a bad spot for it. I was also kind of hoping to put like a clinic there. Let's see. What are our other options? I could put it not there. Okay. So yeah, this might be about our best option for the moment. Just gonna try to put it right next to the park, spawning off of the collector road, and we'll see how quick they can get there. Hoping he has power. Well, there goes one of the other ones, I guess. But good. That should really increase our coverage. Let's check how everything's looking down here now. This was all solid red a second ago. So these folks here will still be in danger. We might need one more fire station down here in this corner. Ah, and I see we are having a garbage issue. Let's see if it takes care of itself. Because once again, I don't know if like everything can go to the recycling center. So right now they might have no garbage pickup for certain items. And I want to make sure that's not the case. In fact, I might just be able to see in the info view what the garbage buildup is. Alright, the garbage processing status just isn't very high. Yeah, because we're making more garbage than we have the capacity to process. So we would either need another recycling center, which we might be able to afford, that could tip us back over, or I would need to create another spot for a dirty, dirty landfill elsewhere. Because that's going to continue to happen. It's not terrible, but it's definitely going to be a problem, and it's going to make people unhealthy. So, let's see here. Let me refresh my memory. Does a recycling center pollute? Pollution 25. Yes, it does. So it's, 75% less than a landfill site, but those will still create some pollution around them. So it's not ideal even having those in our lumber yard, but it's better than the landfill. So if we are to build a third recycling center, we'll want it somewhere out of the way that can be 25% polluted, but still have access to pick up all these good folks' trash. So, where would that be? We have this corner over here that we're probably not going to expand into necessarily, though I do like that forest back there. To briefly show you, I said I would last time. This is the areas menu. So as you level up through the milestones, you can get different areas around you, and so we could go over to that hilly section, but I think you can expand anywhere, and we were thinking of expanding into this square, I was thinking, so that if we built an industrial agriculture zone, a farmland out on that fertile soil, we could have industrial highway access from that one, and it wouldn't have to travel through the city. So that's why I was thinking that this wouldn't be a bad corner if we needed to dirty somewhere up, because our outputs will already be going this way. Which is just selfish. I mean, I'm really sorry to the good folks of this fertile soil back here, so what a terrible thing to say. But it might work to try to put another recycling center back there, or my worry is if I put it back there, they're not going to be able to really reach the town very well. So I could put it, like, off the road here. But before we get to our hilly area, I'm not sure. Oh, I'm seeing... So sorry for the delay here. I'm seeing all the discussion of generators and such. I'm so sorry for all of the good people down south. I have been... oh, nowhere near as cold as you all, and I apologize. I really hope everyone is surviving there. And I'm very grateful to see some of you huddled around the campfire, I hope. Alright, so for now my best assumption, or whatever the word would be, is that I should just put it nearby the city, away from as much as I can. Definitely nowhere we're going to later put houses is my biggest concern. If it's a tiny bit polluted near the commercial zone, that's not too big a deal, so I kind of want to just put it out and away from the roundabout. Let's give it 3 blocks, in fact. We'll put it right next to this guy. I don't want a curved road, my apologies. I lied to you. Let's do that, and then I'm going to go into freeform. We're just going to create a couple of weirdnesses up here. That will help us out later. Maybe I can even wind it all the way around here. I'm gonna wanna straighten that out a bit. Let's get rid of that one. Yeah, that's a bit of weirdness, sure. That is not ideal. Try to clean that up a bit. There we go. Now it's a little less like you're driving in a nightmare. Okay. That should be just fine. Man, I'm low on money. But hopefully... I forget how much a recycling center was. Too much. 16,000, so we're desperately close. I'll just unpause it. I should have had it unpaused that whole time, and then we would have had enough money. But here we go. So I want to put this recycling center, if it lets me... Oh, let's say... here. Ah, it needs water and power, obviously. Oh, not enough money. Okay, I'm at negative $26 for those pipes. And this is with a $60,000 loan. This doesn't bode well. Alright, hopefully that'll resolve water. I don't know how we're going to resolve power. I might be able to place one here. Nope, it might not be close enough. So that's a little silly. Oh well, we'll have to figure it out. I guess I'll put a commercial zone across here and hope they take me up on it. We'll try to drag it upwards. actually. I am just going to take this corner. That should be fine. Alright. And we are needing more residential. I guess I can start in on this side. Ah, yeah, this was my one that was like one short, so these will all be 3 deep houses. That's okay, I think. And this is kind of just that secret back road, but I guess that works fine for houses, really. I'll just fill the whole thing out. And hopefully that'll take care of it. Alright, so I just need enough money here for a quick power tower. Good, they took us up on that corner store. Almost. Alright, sorry recycling center, goodness. So, now the recycling trucks should be picking up this whole neighborhood more efficiently, as well as the whole commercial zone, and whatever we end up putting out here. So we'll have a little bit of pollution to deal with just off the road. Aha! I'm hoping it will be manageable, and hopefully we'll have other options later. So, we can buy another area, it appears. We have transport services now. Buses, trams, ferries, taxis. Apparently a postal service, which sounds very important. We did get our ore industry specialization. So if we want to build a small mining section off this second collector road out here, we probably can. We got recycling, we got recreational use. I don't think any of these heat options are necessary right now because we're not on a snow map. But I don't know if, like, if I turn dynamic weather on, if snow can happen, and I would need that. So we'll keep those in mind for sure. We have some ticketing options, ticket prices, and recycling plastic, free Wi-Fi, highways. We finally have highways. That's awesome. Build tram tracks and ferry pathways, as well as water with heating. We have a cemetery, we have elder and child care, so it's like this is sort of the time when you get about 2,400 citizens. This is when they're like, oh hey, and by the way, all of your citizens are alive and will die eventually. And we've thought all that through for you. So we do want to try to put in some death care and some child care and elder care as soon as possible, because those things will get more and more important. We finally have this advanced wind turbine too, which I think you can place like in the water. It kind of acts as a hydro thing as well. And so that would save us some land space. We could put some of these in the river actually. I don't believe you can place windmills in the river, but you can place these, I believe, in the river. We'll check. Pardon me. So it gives us another clean wind care option. Wind care? Wind power, I mean. I'm so sorry. Another clean wind power option. So we can diversify. Alright, there's a post office. So sorry. Most of this is new to me. I haven't seen a lot of this, like... I bought this Disasters DLC, but I've never actually played with it. It was a long time ago. So all of this stuff is new to me. I'm so sorry to catch up live here. So that is great. And we got a little money off of it too. Let's see where our loan is at, first and foremost. 55,000 left. We're not able to pay that back just yet. Our weekly cost is not that bad, though. Not bad at all. Okay, so I'm hoping we've resolved our trash issues. And we really should probably spend some of this money on necessary items like education and or additional medical facilities. 67% health. We sure could use a little more. Especially these houses, seemingly, which are, well, I don't know. They seem to have just moved in, so maybe they moved in sick and they're getting better? I don't know. So, I don't think we really need medical care just yet. We are going to eventually need a cemetery, which is quite a large building. And it's also like the landfill, one of those buildings that you cannot move unless you make arrangements to move and rebury the deceased. So, once you place it, it's placed, is really the idea. So I'm not sure where and when exactly we'll need one of those. We can probably wait until we see the first couple of... There'll be like a, oh no, we have a dead body here that we don't know what to do with icon that will start popping up when people have reached the end of their natural life cycle. Just like real life. And that got dark. So we'll wait to put a cemetery in. Hopefully, if we need to, we can grab a loan for that too, even. I would really like to get people more smarter. That would be good, and that's something that the sooner you can do it, the more smarter the people will be. It builds and builds. So I really want to put a high school in, but I'm not sure if I should just let it play out until we can pay back our loan and then get a high school. I'm waffling. I think we better try to put it in now. It's gonna be better to have it. And it would be nice if it could reach both of our residential zones at this point, but again, something you don't want on the collector road. So let's put it right here. Seems to make sense. Nearby some homes and nearby a bunch of places for food opportunities and such. That would be great. Easy access off the collector road. The other thing I'd like to consider too, I think we can like upgrade. Let me check if it's possible in 4-lane. Yeah, we can have bus lanes now. We can have tram lines. So we could upgrade our whole collector to allow a tram track or something. That's not necessarily the most efficient mode of public transport, but it does help your traffic considerably. And there's also apparently these bus and taxi lanes, which are great if we had a bus line, but we do not have a bus line. I think we might have unlocked that, though. Another thing that starts to become a concern, let's jump to the end of this menu. There is road maintenance. It looks like we need to reach a population of 5,000, so the roads, like, deteriorate naturally over time, and then people start to go slower, so it just naturally slows all of your traffic down the longer your city's roads have existed. And eventually we'll be able to fix that, and then everyone speeds up a bit. You can see our pedestrians making good use of this, our little secret work path. These guys I'm seeing now don't really have a good crosswalk, do they? They seem to be crossing there, which is illegal, but really their only option. I'm so sorry, this is a weird design that leaves them with no, you know, crosswalk sections. I wouldn't know how to fix that beyond just adding a little road next to it. I don't think it's a huge concern. It's not slowing them down that much. But they are slightly taking their lives in their hands. I like how this enters the lumber zone flanked by trees. Makes it look like Jurassic Park. It's fantastic. I guess we can rename this now. It's not quite so much of an ick zone anymore, though this down here is going to be. I don't know why I thought I could get away with that. That's gonna be too much not population, pollution. It's really going to be too much pollution sooner rather than later. But that's where we put them, so Sometimes you just have to make mistakes, and you figure it out later. This is definitely getting more backed up than it should be. All of this industrial traffic, and nowhere to go with it. So we could add some extra on-ramps here, is my thought. Like, we might be able to break through here, even, and give them an extra route to just go right to the highway, like... Again, it's just that industrial traffic, so the problem we're having now is that all of our recycling trucks spawn here, and they have to get out where all the industrial traffic is trying to get out. If we just split those two, so like this is our recycling truck road, and we had another road for industrial traffic, I think that would help us. We could also do some fancy footwork here and make the grid of the industrial zone one way, so that, like, say, all industrial traffic had to go this way, one way, up here, and then you could go one way back down, like, you know, grocery aisles, effectively. Might help our flow a bit. But I'm not sure where the best spot to maybe try another exit would be. I kind of want to try slipping one right in here. I wonder if a highway on-ramp works for just these. I'm thinking it does not. It may. So it's like we could do something silly like that. I'm not sure we want it right from that intersection. Let's just see what this does, like if they take me up on it. I really don't want it that close to the roundabout. That's going to slow down traffic significantly, but yeah, I can already see them taking it. They just need to get out to the highway. They don't need access here. So now it's just garbage trucks taking the roundabout, primarily, except for the ones coming in. So yeah, that helped a lot. I'll probably want to continue making some stuff like that. But I'm not sure that's quite the efficient way to do it. It's like it's going to cause more problems at the same time as it fixes them. Okay, we'll keep looking at that. Let me check the full traffic view here, see if we have any other problem areas. Ah, there's that, what I was talking about, that there's some people saying, we have loved ones who are no longer alive. Can we please get some help with that? Of course you may. I'm very sorry to leave you hanging. Jeez. I'm thinking that's a medical option, yes? Okay, $8,000 for a cemetery. I think we're just going to have to do it. We don't want it so close to this recycling center that we're polluting the corpses, but I think this little curve up here is probably as good a spot as any for a cemetery, overlooking the town. It's a little slanted for your grandpa, I'm sorry. Sorry, Gramps. We'll start there. So now we should see these hearses going out to help folks with their death care. However, I again neglected to add the requisite pipes. Pardon me. Pardon me and my requisite pipes. Oh, let's just take it from here. All right. So my profits are not good. They're going the wrong way right quick. I don't know exactly how to fix that beyond just being better at this. We may need some more residential zoning, but I'm not sure why our money is suddenly so low. I know that we now have new upkeep costs for the cemetery, etc. But what did I do that caused this? Because I think we're about to start going negative, which is not going to be good. It could just be that people are unhappy because of this death situation, and that's part of the problem. And I did place that cemetery ridiculously far away, now that I'm thinking about it. Let me check. Is there like a specific radius? It's just a matter of time. I don't see a radius, so I think we should be okay. Just trying to get there now. I think that's one of them, in fact. You can, by the way, just to mention it, if you're using this inspector mode, you can pick something like this and then say, follow. And then you can just follow it around, which is kind of cool. So it tells you exactly what it's doing. Owner cemetery, picking up a dead person from Poplar Street or whatever. Willow Street? Loading a dead person. There's the coffin. And here we go. Going back. So that should resolve their issues. So sorry about that. And yeah, it seems like as soon as we picked the dead up, the money is now increasing again. It's like that was really putting a damper in people's willingness to pay taxes. And I can certainly understand. So let's look for some more residential zoning, but I'm hoping that's resolved the issue for now. Oh man, I need more money for hospitals and schools. Okay, I still want that sound buffer. I'm gonna go ahead and put some in here, because we're at the point where we need it. And then I guess we're just gonna need to start working on another residential section. I don't know if I have quite enough money for the roads to take it up here for what I wanted to try up there. So we might need to figure something else out for now. But hopefully that will be doable. Ooh, and it looks like this house is upgrading. Fancy. I don't know what's making them... Oh, it must just be the cemetery. Yeah, like that's a huge boost to morale. So they must be leveling up because they have access to that cemetery now. That's fantastic. We're already, like, back to double the profits we had. I don't know why it was so bad there for a little bit. Hopefully now it's evening out. So what's the next thing that's gonna hit me? Like cemeteries, there's these unfolding, you know, layers of complication in your city as it gets deeper and deeper. So we have fire protection, we have one little police station, we're probably gonna need more crime protection pretty soon. We have our lumber zone. We do have access to the ore industry now, so if we wanna, like, take something off this road and try to create a little ore industry, we might be able to. And that would probably help our money a lot. The only consideration we have to give is where is the industrial traffic going to go? So we might want to, like, say, put it here and add it to our already heavy industrial traffic here. We could add a little more industrial over this ore if we wanted just a test zone. And then maybe, I don't know how we would hook this up to the highway quite easily. I'm not even speaking words anymore. Pardon me, let me go sip for a moment. Okay. A little lubrication goes a long way. So I'm not sure how to make use of the ore industry. I think we'd be best served doing a little test up here for now. And I think we might have the money for it now because it's going to help our money situation to diversify what we're exporting from the city. Right now it's really just a lumber town, and that's great. I don't want the road, now that I'm about to do that, I don't want the industrial road going straight through the rich ores. That's where we kind of want the industries to be. So let me use a smaller road here, off the edge of this, and freeform it. I'll just curve it around the ore section a little. And kind of the same story over here. So we'll flank it first, so that we have our ore zone worked out. Oh, that's going to be a weird road. This is probably not what I want. Let's try it again. Curve just a touch more as well. That should work just fine. A little bit janky, but we'll work it out. So then, from there, we take one straight through to give us a couple of options on the inside. Let's go there and there. Alright. $3,000. So, I want to pause it for just a second. Let's go ahead and paint another district. Just pick up this whole road there, and Hemlock Hills. How delightful. So let's see. District Inspector will change this briefly. Where am I? Where did you all go? It's so cold here. Am I dead? Alright, lumber zone. And very creatively, guess what this one's going to be? Oh, you guessed it. This is a bit long for the reveal. It's Ore Palace. Yep, you guessed it. Alright. So, let's see if this works. Ah, is that saying that it is actually empty now? That may be. Let's check it in a second. We'll check it in a second. Industrial zoning. Let's see, before I do that, let me see district specialization, or so that is now an ore industry. Perfect. I'm seeing now that I have the same option to do like organic and local produce for a commercial zone too, so it would be cool to make one of these some area where we currently just have a bunch of fast food restaurants. Even this spot, maybe? And I bet the organic and local produce commercial zone is less loud, so that'd be great to maybe include near some houses. I like the idea of that option. We'll come back around to it. Alright, so this should be ore industry now. Let's go ahead and paint it. I'm gonna leave a slice there, just in case we want to do anything else fancy with that road. We probably don't, but... So ore, just to mention, it is like a non-renewable resource. Trees you can plant more of, and continue your lumber zone well into the future. into the distant future, or will be sucked up out of the ground and eventually will run out. So, we'll just see if this can get us some money, and then we'll have to rethink some new jobs for the good folks. I'm not sure how much, like, a single industry takes either. Like, I don't know if I can fill this whole thing up and it'll run for a while, or if I would be better served by just placing, like, this much for now. I don't know. Let's first see what it looks like. Also, let me check this while that's thinking. That's gonna need pipes. While I'm thinking. Oh, that was not where I wanted to place it, but okay. There you go. And it'll probably need electricity, but we'll wait until something's built. So, tally-ho. Checking this. 0% full, yeah, so it looks like we can... Empty and finished, perfect. Looks like we can move that now. Maybe over to where our other recycling center is. We could keep polluting this place just a bit, and it would get it just out of our lumber zone. Is the only boon to us. Oh, that's desperately close. We'll hop it across. And they should have water. That's good. So let's check garbage availability. Uh-huh. They're in the green in terms of garbage processing, and that's with only those 3 recycling centers running. So I think recycling centers are going to be a viable method going forward. We will need more and more of them, regrettably. So I don't know if we should fully delete our landfill, or if I should keep it as sort of a... Oh, you're gonna need a landfill eventually. Backup. I should probably keep it around. However, it is so nice to not have it polluting for the moment while it is empty. So these ore industries, wow, that's fancy looking. I'm guessing do pollute. Probably quite heavily. I'm hoping it'll be far enough away from our lumber not to interfere. However, I did build it, like, clear down to this road, so that's probably unwise. Trying to tell if this is already pollution appearing in the grass. That's why I'm staring at the grass. But we'll let that ore industry run for a bit. That will be kinda nice to have some extra exports going out. I don't see any trucks going to and fro. They must need a little startup time. I'm also hoping they don't need more educated workers. They might. We do have high school educations finally starting to flow out. Let's see where the education is at. There we go, 269 graduated citizens, so that's getting better. I love that you can actually tell, you know, who from which house went to school. Such a detailed simulation. So we're now a multi-industry town. We have lumber and we have ore. For whatever that's worth. I am just about out of time, regrettably. But I think that's put us in a good spot for now. We still have a loan we're trying to pay back. Goodness me, we're down to 49,000. And 2,500 population? What's the next milestone, I wonder? 5,000, so we gotta double our population. So as many houses as we've already built, we need double that before we'll get any more money. Or at least, you know, bonus money. So, hopefully after it builds for a little while, we'll have enough money for roads to try our little special residential zone up here. I was thinking, my idea with this, if we can wind a road up into it, is that that could be like a VIP residential section, because I believe you can go into each house individually. Let's check. Like this is Lewis Bridge on Lewis Street, and this house here. Rename it. This is going to be my house. So sorry, this part takes forever when you're clicking and clicking. There it is. So this is now the Lewis residence, and I will just live there. I'll live there on Lewis Street. So I was thinking, if we build like a VIP housing section up here, if anyone wants, you know, a name or their name as a resident of our VIP section, we could certainly make that happen. Thought it would be kind of fun to have some houses up on the hill, glittering beacons. The Menzoberranzan Hills, yes. Oh, pardon my sippage. Alright, so we've solved a couple of crises. I'm sure there are more on the way. We're getting a little bit more educated. We're leveling up, slowly but surely. And we are probably further polluting our dear planet. But it'll be gone eventually, and then we'll shut her down. I hope that this pollution doesn't get too bad in the commercial zone either. Let's see if there's anything we can do for this intersection that would help them. They're acting so funky around here. There really isn't. It just gets backed up sometimes when like a bunch of deliveries come in at once. So even the intake is getting backed up. We solved a little bit of our outflow issue, but that as well is getting backed up slowly but surely. I kind of do want to just create another small slice out here, though it's going to mess up their building. I'll try to rebuild another factory there, and then they have one more way to export goods directly to the highway. Let me make sure that didn't create some sort of weird intersection here. Oh, good. I guess I should have them. I don't necessarily want to have them stop. They'll figure it out. Okay. So they have two options for exporting, and they should be able to take advantage of them, really, from either industry here. We'll have to work on that intake, but shouldn't be too big of a problem for a while yet. I say that now. Cut to several sessions from now, and it's a very big problem indeed. This pollution is looking much better over here. Or lack of pollution, rather. So I think even with 2 of these, it is less than 1 of the normal ones. I don't think that's too bad at all. Obviously, it's going to be a little dirty right next to it, but I don't think that'll spread anywhere unnecessary, and we can even probably fill out this little slice with houses without it being too polluted. I'm excited. So sorry. Just leaving myself some breadcrumbs for later. Looks like we need more workers again. That residential need is screaming, so we'll start there next time. Thank you for bearing with me. I've had enough breadcrumbs. I'm full. We made some great progress here, and I cannot wait to see you again in the city of Menzoberranzan, where we now have a delightful cemetery. Cute. Have a wonderful Friday, if at all possible, and I'll see you again soon. I'm hoping, by the way... Ooh, sound effects at the cemetery. Fancy. I'm hoping that tomorrow morning we can finally do the Doom Upon All the World Dragon Age. I've not been doing that during the weekday here because I think we need more time for it. So hopefully tomorrow morning, Dragon Age, be there or be Dorian. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.